Hello and welcome to Trains and Viatic. And today is something slightly different. In front of you, you can see my modelling desk toolkit. What we're going to do today is build a new toolkit for me to take to my modelling club. So let's go into the titles and then we can have a look. People are most probably shouting, Richard, you have a modelling toolkit, why not just use that? Quite simple reason, I'm all unorganised, I need a different kit in each place. But there's also a second thing. At home I do all parts of modelling, so I do scenery, I do local maintenance, I do kit building. This is a general purpose modelling kit. I joined the club so I can learn more skills and gain some skills. I know one of the bits I enjoy doing is helping with electronics. So I'm building a modelling kit leaning more towards electronics but still general purpose. So let's go have a look at a modelling show whereabouts I went out to see what I can get at the show. So let's go to those clips and then come back. So first stop on this challenge is Rail Stuff. They do all kinds of scenery stuff, good supply of WWC in it, everything you need to get started. They do a kit from Expo Models, which is a modelling starter kit, but I already got one of those, so let's have a look to see what type of bits they have. So paintbrushes are always good to have in your modelling kit. I personally find sponge brushes really useful. And then you've got these tiny brushes which are good for cleaning out locos. The other thing you always need is oils. Expo Model do very good ones. I don't need them in my kit. Then you've got files, very useful for modelling but not quite what I need in for kit. And then finally a saw and bits. You also have track cleaners, but these are very useful, people. Let's carry on wandering. So I've now popped to DMG Electronics. I bought stuff from them before. They do a good range of electrical bits, transformers, all kinds of connectors, switches, wires, which are all at a good price. But the section I'm after is for tools. So this is good for connectors. You've got multi-tools down there. Cutting mats, which are always needed. LED tester, which could be quite useful to have, but not something I'm after just yet. Multimeter, again, is something which could be useful to have, but not quite yet. Let me just wander around. So over here they have a very nice selection of lights. They also have animated lights and the boards you need for splitting for power, very useful, and DCC controllers. Then you have battery connectors. So this is the bit that I'm interested in. So I don't need a fiberglass pen, but that could be useful to have. I need some masking tape, but that's for another project. Pin vise, but I think I got one. Then you've got over here something I do need. You need a good screwdriver set. So Posi Neggies. Clamps are always useful, and cutting boxes. As I do a lot of wires, the wires would be useful, but not what I'm after today. That That rechargeable rotary tool looked quite useful, but this is the final thing I'll be picking up. So let's go back home and see what I now have in my modelling toolbox. So here we got a few more useful bits. If I'm doing track, that's a must-have. No, those are a must-have for fish plate pusher, and that's also really useful for drill vise. Then you've got spur cutters, which I think I'll be after one. This is quite a useful thing if you're doing wiring a lot. I have these, so I'm not after them at the moment, and that's a final useful bit. So let's see what other stalls there are today, and this was West Hill Wagon. So this stall here does a very good range, so drill bits and picks, scalpel, everything you need for filling up your modelling toolkit. So you need snips, you need little hammers. They're very useful for doing trap pins. Center punch help it, but as I'm more on an electrical side, these are useful things, but not what I'm after today. So you have just seen me wandering around for show, and I picked up a few bits. I picked up mini screwdrivers. I picked up pinchers. I picked up some snips. And I picked up some micro masking tape, but this is for a later project. So this have many uses. This will be used for both electrical and local maintenance. You have a good selection of screwdrivers, but this is small screwdrivers. So I went out today and I picked up more screwdrivers. So sometimes you'll need screwdrivers for different things and different sizes. As putting a chop block on, you want something like that. Undoing a chop block, you want something like that. Take your fuse out, you want something like that. And these are too small for some of those jobs, but this is perfect for some other jobs. I've also picked up this. Although I have these strippers and these strippers, I'm not seeing me doing stripping that often, so I got this. It was about £7, and it stripped most types of wire quite easily and snip wire. I also picked up a box to put them in, so a nice big box. One little hint is to mark your stuff. Then something I got for a Christmas present last year, which is from Amazon, and you will have heard me referring to it in as an Express Models kit. Is this box here. This is a modelling starter kit. And this has quite a few useful things. First thing is a pin vise. This is useful for feeding wires and track laying. Then we have some abrasive pads and wet dry paper. A straight edge. I'm probably going to get a slightly longer one to put to my kit. And a cutting mat which will fit to my bots. Then in here we got a spreader, another pair of tweezers, little snips, a scalpel. I'm most probably going to be upgrading this at some point. a sharp knife, some sanding bars, and some little files. Some specialist things I'm going to be getting over for the next little while is a small soldering iron, because like I said, I want to be on for help with electronics, so that will always be useful, which then mean I need all the bits for electronics. So I'm planning to go for a USB powered soldering station. Other things I'll be getting is a pair of helping hands, steel braid for cleaning for tip, solder and flux, and the final thing I'm going to be putting in here is heat shrink tubing. So this is what I'm using for starting a modelling toolkit. If you want to put down in the comments what you think I have missed or what you think I should add, and at some point we'll re-review this kit. So thank you for watching. Richard.